Them island boys, watch ya. Boom. Right now we under, we rum and we sensei. English harbor, you know we drink plenty. Hustle hard, rich and pocket never empty. Give thanks to blessings, it a shower, it a flow. Well, it's a rum table. Yo, Shaq, pick up yourself on this podcast. You don't know a Just Sticker representing, you're listening to the Rum Table podcast. So open,
Yo. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's your boy, Richie Rich, aka Real Big Man Thing. You already know. It's Rum Table. What's happening?
I have a question for you before I even get into my name. Who the fuck gave you Real Big Man Thing as an AK?
Yo, it's a thing where I got so used to using the hashtag Big Man Thing, you know. The Caribbean people already know what it means, you know, big man thing, you know, pana big man thing. It's basically you saying, yo, on a serious level, on a worthy man level, this is what I'm trying to say before I get into it. That's basically what it means.
So we're right back to the alpha male situation.
Yo, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yo, it's Shaq, aka Just Shaq. Only call me Shaq, no sweat off my back.
This nigga got riddles and nursery rhymes and shit. Listen, we're gonna go straight into it. What we're drinking today is Flor De Caña. Shaq, you can say that?
Flor De Caña.
Cana. We talking about Punta Cana in Dominican Republic? No, dog. This is a 12-year-old bottle from Nicaragua. Straight from Nicaragua. This shit flew in just for us right now.
It just got in 5 o'clock.
Yeah. It's 9 p.m. here right now, but I'm telling you, it came from 5.
Nah, shit looks hype. The bottle looks hype.
I've had this a few times. Tastes like toffee, apple, vanilla. You know, a little bit of oak. You know them kind of things.
Sounds disgusting,
dude. This is premium rum. This is top quality.
We're gonna touch this shit
stuff.
for sure. So
I hope you guys have something that you're drinking because you're gonna need one for this episode. You see what this topic is about today, right? A lot of guys are not gonna understand what this means. Trust me, we didn't have a friggin' clue.
We had to look this shit up.
We had to look it up. But I had a conversation with somebody after this Facebook post about this guy talking about his woman's love language and how he compensates for it and that kind of thing. And I had a conversation with somebody else who was telling me, yo, I'd love to hear your perspective and a man's perspective on love languages. I didn't know how to say, yo, I don't know what you're talking about. I thought it was just, dick and gifts. I don't know. Well, anyways, we're going to get into it today. Man or not, this is going to be a very interesting topic. I think you guys would like it. So please, stay tuned. And let's pour up. You're done now?
Let's get these drinks in.
So, as I'm pouring up, I got to ask you as usual, Shaq. We didn't know shit about this. So, what have you learned so far? What is a love language?
A bunch of bullshit, to be honest.
Oh my God,
that's just what I thought about it when I first heard love language. I was like, yo, this automatically sound like some bullshit. Sound like a bunch of people like to make up a lot of stuff. But looking at the YouTube videos and stuff, I could see how you could categorize certain stuff about your love. They just chose to call it love language.
So you thought, of course, this is some garbage people put together. And then, okay, that was the beginning. So then what do you think afterwards? Oh, but of course, still explain what is love language. What have you learned from it?
Yeah, so all right, I still think people are too complex to break down into just the love languages. Because, all right, what I've learned is there's 5 love languages, right?
Right.
I don't know how this came out across the board. Everybody agreed there's 5 love languages.
Mm-hmm. Which are... What? The quality time is one of them, which makes sense.
Quality time, physical touch.
Physical touch. Okay, so
wait.
Let's narrow it down. Okay, yeah, physical touch. Acts of services.
Acts of service
was one of them. Yeah. Words of affirmation.
Yeah. Words of affirmation.
And girls are gonna love this one. Receiving gifts.
Receiving gifts. Do you see how that last one doesn't even sound like a thing?
Yeah, but there's gonna be a lot of people that don't realize, even though you love receiving gifts, that's not your main love language. So,
or maybe it is though. It could be.
but most people wouldn't know unless you might not really know for sure. You might, but you might not, because we didn't even know about it. And look, we've been through life for a while. I'm not saying we're old. We're not young either, but I didn't really know. I didn't know. We just learned these things.
What, that people love gifts?
No, in terms of the actual.
Oh, love language.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That would have been. I'd have never known about that shit.
Right. So, anyways, okay, let's start over. In terms of quality time, everybody knows that's pretty much straightforward, right? One-on-one, undivided attention, no distraction. A person that's pretty much prefers that kind of vibe.
Right. Which there's enough people that wouldn't really care for that.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm one of them. It's not my main love language, but I prefer like quality time with somebody. I like to do, the getaway travel, just me and a partner and so on.
Right.
And, just, it's like me and you chill, how can you not like Netflix and chill? We know what that leads to, but I still like the quality time thing about it.
Yeah.
So
there's people, There's people. I don't want to be in the same house with. You never ever been at work with them grumpy old dudes, and they're like, I don't want to see that woman when I go home. Every time I get home, she's just there waiting to do some shit.
Yo, I know people that don't go home after work.
Like, man, just dodge home. Yeah.
I'm not sure what would that person's love language be then.
You see, I think there's more. I think there's like a lone wolf love language out there somewhere.
They're in the love.
You love me more when you leave me alone.
Yeah, love me more. Cancel. Definitely not words of affirmation. I love it when you're not here. Like, what are you gonna tell that person?
I love it so much when I don't see your face.
Stop it. Physical touch. How does he like physical touch? Never home. Yeah. Maybe they're just getting it elsewhere. So fine. We're not gonna suck on that.
We're not gonna
okay, so that one's obvious. The next one is actual physical touch.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's like snuggling, kissing,
hugging,
more hands-on hugging. Yeah. I'm not for that. I'm gonna just admit it. That's not me. That's not my thing.
Yeah, that's me.
That's your thing. You like to be touched.
You see, like, okay. You see, like, I like to be, I like to hug up my woman, you know what I mean? Be close up on
Listen, don't make me sound like I hate my wife, dog. It's not that.
No, I ain't saying that.
Okay.
I ain't saying that. I didn't say that at all.
All right, so you like...
I like that shit.
You have feelings.
I have feelings, dog.
You get in a certain way if you're not getting like your pet your hugs.
Hug up and squeeze ups. I need that.
Oh my god, I'm a cheers to you at this point. I'm a good for you because that ain't me. That is not me.
But to the extent, you go out in public and you see these especially these young couples just kissing up and hugging up 24/7.
Oh my god!
I couldn't do that. My love language would be lone wolf at that point.
Okay, yeah, no, that's not me. I'm not even gonna get into that. We'll circle back to that. Next one, words of affirmation. We already know that's like, hey baby, I love you. They need to be hearing that. Yo, I love you, and
you look good with those clothes on.
Compliments. Yeah. Which a lot of girls do like that.
Yeah,
I want to say that's.
I think that's more of a girl thing.
That's okay. So my wife's for sure. Her love language is words of affirmation.
Right.
She needs to be told on a regular. Hey, just so you know, just remember, no, I love you. No, I only just left, but I love you. I just went on the road, but she's that person. She's always said that from the start. Like, if I'm not telling her these things, she feels like I'm not. I guess I'm not in love. But it never made sense. So this is why this actual topic or this episode is opening up. It's opening up a lot of things for me because I never knew these things existed. But I couldn't understand, why does my wife care so much if I tell her, like, and I'm not talking about the compliment side. I'm talking about the actual, like, words of affirmation in the sense of, expressing yourself to her and reminding her, hey, I care about you, I love you, I appreciate you, and these things.
Right, because as a man, you feel like you're just doing that. You just feel like you're doing that automatically.
I'm thinking that, okay, so we did a test, right? Shaq and I did a test before this episode for the love language quiz, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in my test, I learned that I prefer quality time. What is it?
No, I
No,
think
was
you were
it
something else? You were
acts of service? Sorry,
service.
I preferred acts of service, which my wife knew that from the
Wait,
start.
we didn't even get to acts of service yet.
We didn't get to acts of service, but that's why I'm bringing it up.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
I learned
nice segue.
I learned that I am into acts of service. That's my main love language, which my wife already knew. She always said, you prefer when people just do things for you, and that's your thing. That's how you also think you're showing love, because you do all these things for me and you do these services. You think that's, I like it, but that's not my main love language, which is interesting because we end up learning that, that's something that comes from childhood. She's like, your mom, that's what she does for you. You understand? She comes when she's here and she's telling me while I'm pregnant to fix your plate. And I'm like, hell no, he can fix his own plate. And she goes and does it for you. That's your level of like love language. You understand? It comes from childhood, apparently.
Childhood,
you understand? My mom never told me, I love you, Richard. What? Okay, all jokes aside, my mom has probably told me that maybe 5 times ever in my life. Maybe.
Yeah.
Not much, but I don't like. First of all, y'all don't feel bad for me because I don't care.
I feel like that's a Caribbean thing.
People might disagree, and I don't
know how many people
I don't condemn my mom for it. Like, that's completely fine. But I always knew that she loved me. Like, I always knew.
Right. The thing
My
is,
mom
like,
hustled. She always made sure we were fed. She did her thing, and I'm not defending. I'm saying we never questioned. I can understand why sometimes you might want a little more affection. You understand? But I never questioned her love anyway.
Right.
So apparently this is something that I cared about, and I didn't even know that. So does it come from childhood?
Yeah, it only makes sense. That's
interesting.
All your past experiences lead up to you now. Right?
What was yours? What was your quiz saying about you? You said yours was
my top one was quality time and physical touch.
Quality time, makes sense.
I actually got a 0 on one of them, which we got
0%.
Yeah, I got 0% for the last one was the gifts.
The receiving gifts, which we haven't went into. So receiving gifts is basically like, it doesn't have to be expensive gifts or anything, as long as it was some meaning behind it. It was thoughtful and so on.
Yeah, somebody just cares about getting gifts, like
surprise with gifts and so on. Yeah. Got you. Fair enough. Not for me. I don't really care about that, and that might be a lot of people's love language.
I think that's a lot of people's love language.
Yeah. Fair enough. So if you hear a girl say, "Yo, you don't buy me things," I gone next month. He buy me things. She might just have had a really strong love language for receiving gifts, and you think she's being like a brat,
right?
Or she's spoiled, or she love expensive things. Maybe it wasn't expensive things, or just gifts she was into. You know what I mean?
Maybe she just needed a Walmart card. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
maybe she likes Walmart and she doesn't like getting good service. Like, it's possible.
That's a love-hate relationship right there. It's a love language.
Yeah. So this is, trust me, this is something men should really. Men don't talk about this.
How could you?
It, realistically speaking, this sounds soft. This sounds like
the whole topic
you're tapping into your feelings.
What, are you a weak lady? Yeah.
Yeah, but the important part about this is that everybody does not have the same love language. You understand? So you need to be able to speak. It's a language in the sense of, right? It's no different from somebody that talks Spanish talking to another person who talks Mandarin. There's a language barrier.
Facts. There's a language barrier. You're not going to be able to understand.
Right. So the way one person wants to be loved is not the same way another person wants to be loved. And you don't even realize that y'all are not communicating. Y'all are not on the same wavelength.
Right.
The whole time. So it's something to talk about. Something you should ask your partner.
All right. So if you want, we can get into some statistics like the divorce rate out here.
What is it?
If I remember something about the divorce rate in America, is something crazy like 55%.
It's definitely high. I don't know if it's 55%,
I think it was something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong.
but divorce
Yeah,
is
but-
super high.
Yeah.
You know, people definitely settle. You know, they don't talk. People does not talk as much. You know, because you don't think you need to talk. It's like, yo, this is what it is, and it is what it is.
Right, but if there's like not categories for something like this, like a love language, and somebody's like, "Oh, you don't buy me any gifts," then I'm gonna think, "What's wrong with this? Like, too materialistic." So, like,
Exactly.
you know,
I would have thought that before. I
Right.
would have definitely thought that. Or like I said, I thought that about the same words of affirmation thing. Is like, wait, why you need that all the time? Why? You know?
right. But then it comes back to like, I could think back in my head, why would a human being need gifts?
Really? Okay, that's a little extreme.
No. Why would a human being need gifts though? Because this is a love
Okay,
language.
you're saying-
it's a need.
You're saying that sounds a little extreme. It's not that important, but remember, it doesn't need to be expensive. It's just meaningful.
Right. So that's why I was saying like,
A gift
I
could have
even
been
bring it
like
to
a
basics.
like a surprise gift to Spain because you've always wanted to visit Spain and you couldn't afford it. No, it's not like
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It just has to be meaningful.
Right.
So I mean, are you still saying there's not a reason that a person could need? You can't need no
No. What I'm saying, in fact, is I can understand why a person would need.
Oh, okay. You can understand it.
Like even down to a survival. Just bring it back to the all the way down to the basics. Survival instincts, life. Like, you know, back when man was like trying to survive
Yeah.
dinosaurs and shit. A woman would need from a man to be able to even be able to give gifts. Cause that means that man's doing the right shit. Them and her child are gonna survive.
I see.
That's a love language right there.
That's interesting perspective.
I mean, I'm just trying to figure it out. I don't know.
All right, so okay, so I don't know. When you talk about people that need quality time, that one just makes so much sense. But there's also the people that don't like to be on the people. I don't like to be on the people all the time. I don't like to be, but I do like quality time. I don't like the physical touch aspect of it.
Right.
You understand? I understand why. Sometimes even if your foot touch me too much, it's like, dog, I'm hot. I'm hot.
No, but you're also just miserable too.
I'm a miserable person. Listen, don't hate me. I'm a miserable person. I'm also very happy at the same time because my love language as well is quality time and acts of services, dog. Like I don't need to be under you to be loved.
I was confused.
What? You understand? It's ridiculous. It's crazy.
No, it's like that for me too. Where my top one was quality time. So that sounds like, you know, I need to always be there and always doing some shit together. Always trying to get a little break. It doesn't have to be like that for me. Like quality time, I could literally sit down here, watch TV. My daughter be running around.
Yeah.
And
that's quality time to you.
And that could be quality time.
That's a little strange.
No, because it's not gonna be like she's just running around, just only running.
You're
around.
still there.
I'm still gonna tune in, participate with her. Sometimes she'll be like, "Daddy, blah, blah, whatever," and then, you know, we'll play it for a second, and then it'll be back to us just being there together. Is quality time to me.
All right. So how do you think? How do you think most men look at something like this? How would they look at love language?
Soft, yelting, weak.
All right, so let's pretend, you call your brethren right now, and he's like, yo, what do you think of the idea of a love language? And he's gonna be like, yo, what that kind of bullshit this? What you talking about?
Oh yeah,
What is love language? What you talking about, brother?
About love language.
What that? The new cartel? What you talking about? What's that? Yeah, man, big tune.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, how do you think they would perceive this? Just soft from the beginning.
It depends. It depends. Yeah, it's just soft from the beginning. Actually, it's no depends.
Okay, and now you explained it to them.
They wouldn't be trying to hear an explanation from you. They'd be shutting you down as you're explaining it. Be like, yo, dog, what's wrong with you today?
Because
dog?
you're showing emotions again. You're being a person that listens or wants to at
And
least understand the
cares.
relationship. Caring.
And it's
Imagine caring.
compassionate.
What is that?
You have emotions, dog? I don't even know you
Why do you
anymore.
care what your woman thinks, dog?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, if she don't like it, make she go on. We come from a terrible culture sometimes. So, listen, people can say that, this is not our culture. Not because you experience something different. We're talking about the masses, the majority. Which is literally, you're just tough all the time. Majority of the time. And it's like nothing is soft.
It's a hard life, to be honest.
Man.
It's a hard life. Yeah, as tough as you can be.
So how can you spread this? How can you really have a conversations now with your friends and be like, yo, you need to look into this love language thing. Like, you might not have realized where you're missing the mark in your relationship.
Women connect the dots.
Make a woman spread it? Or how can you have that conversation with your boys? How can we spread this kind of so other guys can understand? Because there's probably women that's suffering from this. Our partners, you and I, our partners knew of this. Very in tuned. They knew what their love language was. They knew exactly what we were, and we didn't know. We didn't know shit.
Yeah. That's what I said. Women are the dots.
And
they connect the dots.
And a woman told me about this.
Right.
So women are clearly in tune with themselves. Clearly.
Right.
So how can we get guys to basically listen? Like, yo, this is important. You understand? It can help you, even if it's just your side girl. It can go a long way.
Yeah, I think it's two ways to do it, right?
So maybe that's what we gotta do. Yo, if you don't want to do it with your main relationship, even your side girl would have loved this, brother.
No. You see, but you're already talking to him like he already understands what you're trying to say.
No. It's the teaser. It's like, yo, I know this might sound whack to you, dog, but trust me, run this by your side girl. She not going away.
I'm gonna say, me to give up.
You think so?
Go on, get that.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to see.
The moment you say, yo, there's 5 love languages, go on with that, man. Yo, matter of fact, we get the next call.
Okay, well, what's your idea? How can you run this by guys to understand that this is very important?
I think everything is programming. So if I think our generation's lost.
Wow.
It's possible to learn, but people have to be willing to be open-minded. You can't
let's assume they're willing, because like I said, women have to be suffering from this. I apologize, speaking for some of the West Indians, Shaq and I from the rum table, we apologize that guys don't even know that this exists. And y'all out there like, this nigga don't even know. I just want him to tell me he gives a shit.
Right. No, it's probably enough women.
And he out here thinks all his bills he knocking off his shit. It ain't shit. I got my own money.
Yeah.
I make more money than that nigga. He doesn't make money.
Oh, shit.
And he thinks that he's doing something. Because, back to the whole, macho man thing. It's like, oh yeah, I'm just going to run. I'm going to do what I have to do for the house. And she's like, I ain't need you to do all that.
Yeah.
I got helpers. I got my own money.
And then that's when the side nigga come in.
Because
he understand the love languages.
Right. So the side, all right. So exactly. All right.
You gotta start like with the kids. You know what I mean? You know what it is. You know what it is, bro.
With kids, what do you mean?
You grow up, and as a girl, you can cry, no problem. Crying is a human thing.
What are you talking about?
Crying is a human thing. We can all cry.
Yeah.
You break your foot right now, it's a chance you cry.
Okay, yeah, I'm listening.
Just because the pain is too much. Your body's trying to figure out what to do. So out of the frustration and pain, you just might start to cry.
Okay, I'm listening.
Crying is a human thing, but as a boy growing up, you can't cry.
I'm not gonna say you can't cry as a boy.
Cry, dog.
Are we still talking about culture where we were raised? What are you saying?
I think that's across the board. I don't want to think that's just the Caribbean.
I'm not gonna say you're a child, though. Nobody really cares that much.
People care. Your parents is like, "What are you crying for?" It's not just your father's telling you that.
Okay, so you're saying, I don't want to get too off track, but you're basically saying that even as kids, a girl crying is more accepting than a little bit boy.
Yes, and that's stripped of guys when you're growing up
and
learning about love languages and shit. You can't because you're not even allowed to cry.
Man, it just keeps going back to that episode 2 of men trauma. It's like,
yeah, everything I told you, everything can relate back to trauma, dog.
A little plug there. If you haven't listened to it, please go back to episode 2. We get deep into the men trauma.
We won't put a link in the description. Just go back to the main page.
But man, I would love to hear what the girls have to say. Am I wrong? Do you guys have ways that we can tell guys and spread the word? Just keep me in the loop. Is there ways? Please at me, Instagram, Twitter at Real Big Man Ting. That's RealBigManting. You can link Shaq. Shaq, what's that?
Just any excuse to say it's Real Big Man Ting, eh?
Okay, never mind.
Mine is Shaq_Pips.
No, because I really want you guys to message me. How can we tell people? Like, I honestly feel like this could help relationships.
Okay, first of all, it's called love languages. So first of all, I was already off of it.
Shaq was not interested from the start. Shaq, what did you say when you were told about love languages? You're just like, nah.
Yeah, I'm like, nah. Why would I even entertain some dumb shit like that?
But then how do you feel before and how do you feel after?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's more than just 5 love languages.
You still feel like, but you don't think it helps, is what you're saying.
No, I think it does help. But, like I said, I would have just called somebody materialistic before
from the start. So it makes a difference. I really think it can help you understand your partner. Besides having a conversation, this is something that it breaks down people, you know?
In a kind of way. But I don't like the categorization.
You're saying it could be better.
I'm saying not that it could be better, but people are complex.
Yeah, because not everybody's one thing. Like, for sure.
Today, it could be that I want to spend some quality time. Tomorrow, I need some alone time. I mean, if we're going to go into like love languages, we could go into zodiacs and shit. I'm Aquarius. I ain't always want to be around.
I'm not too familiar in other people's zodiac signs. I just know that I'm a Taurus and I'm stubborn. That's it. I don't know anybody else's.
Okay.
I don't know how that works. How that plays into the, the love language aspect of me wanting acts of services. What does it have to do with a bull? I'm not too sure, but
see, that's what I'm saying. People are complex. Why?
Yeah. I get your point. Then okay, yeah, fair enough.
It's too much. It's too much. You know what I mean?
Man, I sometimes I just wonder, boys. Like, it's ridiculous. There's so many things,
And okay, who came up with these 5 love languages? Because I've heard about zodiacs and stuff all growing up. All of a sudden, like the last week, I swear to God, last week is when I started hearing about love languages, and now we're talking about this shit on the podcast.
No, I've always heard about love languages, but I never cared. I don't business. I'm like, okay, what in my mind it was like, whatever they're saying about love language, it does not pertain to me. There's no way I'm interested in that.
Man can't love nobody.
What about like body language? You've heard of that?
Nah.
You never heard of body language?
I give you a fat versus skinny.
What?
Fuck that mean? What does that
No, dog. Body language is like the way how they're moving. It means certain things.
Oh, you mean like? Oh, okay, yeah. Like,
is that what it is?
Yeah, I could present myself as inviting, or I could
exactly. This thing is just said whether you're slim or you gained weight. But yeah, this of course. So like that basically goes back to what you were saying about people being complex and all that kind of thing. There's so many levels to it, but people should have these conversations. We can get into the body language thing too now, like in terms of body language, for example, right? You know, there's guys that don't understand their woman's body.
Okay, that's unfortunate.
No. That's very common.
Still unfortunate.
It's unfortunate for who? The woman, as usual, suffers. Suffers, and she's just full. She's been having all these alpha males think they're doing something.
Right.
They don't have a clue what they're doing.
Right.
Don't understand that, they like to be pleased a certain way, and it's just anyway.
Well, yeah, that those kind of stuff come down to you personally. You gotta be willing, interested. You gotta know that you don't know everything.
That's
and
right.
Try to learn that specific person.
Yeah. But we won't even dive into too much of that in this episode.
Is that not a love language?
I don't think so. It's definitely a type of language. It could be a somewhat sort of a love language, maybe in the physical touch realm, but physical doesn't have to be sexual. So I can't say that it's but if you guys want us to talk about the body language, we can go deep into it. Y'all just let us know. Leave it in the comments. Yeah.
Yeah, hit those DMs.
So, what's the lesson you think people can learn from this episode?
All right. First of all, people are complex. So even you learn something new today, you learn something new tomorrow. Don't take it as, oh, boom, there's 5 love languages, right? I mean, I watched one YouTube video earlier. I don't know if I'm an expert to talk about this shit. Maybe it really does all fall into 5 categories, but I feel like there's got to be people with, you say, oh, this dude has a love language, right? This is his main love language. But maybe he could have all 5 love languages. I don't understand. I'm still confused on the subject.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. You know what I mean? But I don't know. We're not experts on this, so the experts in them can link us and tell us what we don't know and elaborate on it. Feel free. We can have you on the podcast. But that's something. They can definitely learn that it's a complex thing. Everybody's not one thing, and people could be a bit, when I say a bit of some, they could be, 30% of one, 30% of another, and so on. So it's kind of like averaged out. You're not just fully one thing. But I think you're supposed to be. But I don't know. We're not experts, like I said. So that's the disclaimer right there. But I think you can also learn from this, which is very important, is that you need to have the conversation. You should at least know. Because there's things you might learn about yourself that you didn't even realize. And if this thing does exist, why not find out? Or just, like I said, have the conversation. Like, yo, maybe my girl isn't just doing this for nothing. Maybe she isn't seeking physical attention for no reason. Maybe that's really what she depends on.
Yeah, that fuels her.
These kind of things could lead to this. This is clearly reasons why people would cheat.
Yeah, or she just lift up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Why she wouldn't just be like, yo, I'm gonna go check Willie and get some Willie, because this man don't get it.
Yeah, it ends bad if you don't.
You don't even understand me though. You think you do, but you don't.
Yeah. And you're not even willing to learn. So then
and that's the thing.
Now you're paying child support.
That's how that my God.
That's how that shit work.
Yo, one of the worst things, just because you didn't take the time off. So don't be tough. Don't be love language. What is that? Nah, I know her love language. She like Gucci bags. No. She likes you to tell her that you still give a shit. And now she's with John, and John is getting serviced. And she's serving liquor John too. And I'm not talking about that celebrity.
You're done.
I'm just saying. And
Nah,
you know
it's,
what?
yeah.
We didn't know about it before, but I don't think we're doing a terrible job at it.
I might have been.
I
I'm not even sure.
I knew my wife's love language without knowing it was a love language. I just knew that that's her thing that she cared about. And like she said, she would tell you straight up, Richard knows that's the thing because we also communicate. It goes back a lot to communication because she's constantly said, she's always told me like, yo, I care about this thing.
Yeah.
And I know. So
I knew the majority, right? But I didn't realize how much it's how important it really boils down to certain things. Like my woman is into the words of affirmation. She needs that shit too.
I heard her saying that words of affirmation and receiving gifts.
Receiving gifts, she said less though. But yeah, words of affirmation and receiving gifts.
Oh yeah, she did say the words of affirmation was a big deal, and that's like your very low percentage.
That's very low on my list.
So how does that? How do you think that affects your relationship in any way?
Probably yeah, because all right, like what we learned.
She did make a point earlier, which you didn't know, right?
Which one?
About the voice notes. Talk about that.
Oh right. Okay, so it was this week actually. This week just passed.
This just happened.
Yeah, this week just passed.
That's for the people listening and watching. This is not good. Please get into it, Jack.
This week just passed. I get in the car. I'm
Oh
on the
my
way
God.
home,
Uh-huh.
and then I don't remember how she brought it up, but it came up that she was looking at an old voice note. I'm like, why are you looking at an old? I mean, why are you listening to an old voice?
Oh, so
note?
the voice note, sorry, is not old.
The voice note is old.
Okay, the voice note is old. Okay, yeah, sorry, that's not so bad then. Okay,
Yeah,
I
the
thought.
voice note is old.
Okay,
She's like, oh, I'm just listening to an old voice note. Like, why are you listening to old voice notes? She's like,
while she's with you.
Nah, I was driving on the way home.
Oh, okay.
And she's like, oh, you said something so sweet, blah, blah, blah. You told me this and that. I'm like, what are you up? Can't say this shit, but I was like, yo, what are you, this is so soft. Like, what are you doing right now? I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
But she told you, obviously, it's the old voice note of you.
And yeah, and she was listening to like for the feelings and shit to come back and all that.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
And your response was like, that is so whack.
Like, that's whack. That's retarded.
That's so depressing.
Yeah.
But
I would never do that.
and that goes back to how important this love language thing is, and you don't even realize because it's like, yo, my wife is the same. Loves the words of affirmation. My wife used to send me old messages, not just voice notes. Yo, she have screenshots.
Oh, leave the library.
My God, I'm like, where are you keeping these? You've changed like 5 phones since. How do you still have this?
Yeah, right.
Oh, iCloud. What?
It's
Why is
crazy.
it in? Why is Apple seeing these messages? I forgot that I said that. Like, that doesn't make sense. But no, the words of affirmation is her thing. So it's like, if I guess I am delayed in bringing in words of affirmation,
She feels
she
it.
can goes back. She can go
Right.
back into
She
the
feels it. So
vault.
instead of actually trying to force it out of you, she can just pull up the vault.
Yeah, she's like, you know what? That is interesting because when I was talking to somebody about this actual topic, where it came about, she said we were talking about the alpha males situation in the first topic, and she said if it's one thing she's learned about alpha males is that they're also very caring. So to hear their perspective on this, because at the same time we do say certain things, it's very nice. It turns out like we do these things.
It's just not conscious.
Yeah, it's just not conscious.
Right. I mean, I can fully understand how somebody else's love language can play a big part in their life. Like, I'm not somebody that really cares about certain too many nostalgic shit, right?
Yeah.
But I will find myself like sometimes I'll be like, oh, my woman has this on her page. Let me go check this real quick. And it's like a video of our daughter. I'm just like, she's so cute, yo. You know what I mean? I just want to look at it and just feel that nostalgia.
You
of her.
so you go back into old posts.
Yeah, I'll go on like if I just saw her post, right?
Yeah.
Then it's easy for me to just click her profile and just look at an old one that was like maybe a week, 2 ago, and just look at it because I just love to see her mannerisms. They're so cute, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's not me. I'm never gonna go back into some old WhatsApp archives and go.
I would never do that. But it's not your love language.
Right. So I can see how, you know, if that was your love language, how much that could probably play a part, that you'd have to feel like you need that shit all the time.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. So would a alpha male really have a love language that's like receiving gifts? Is that possible?
Receiving gifts as an alpha male. Receiving gifts?
Yeah, that's it just made me think of that. Like, if it's my quiz showed me in receiving gifts, I had like 7%. You said you had 0.
Yeah, I had 0.
We don't care about that kind of stuff. So, is that something that an alpha male would care about, like receiving gifts?
I don't know.
Which would make sense, you know, because alpha males, the dominant usually in the relationship, of course, to the people. I'm not saying that all relationships is one-sided. I'm just saying, that women aren't dominant. I'm just saying that the guy being dominant is usually the one doing these things, like giving gifts. They're not usually receiving.
Which is a good point.
Yeah.
It's a good point though, because what your love language is, right? We learned
acts of services.
Acts of service. What your love
and possibly
language
the quality time, because you're like a sugar daddy. Boom! We just figured the whole shit out.
Unlock the secret.
We just unlocked the whole.
We about to write a goddamn book.
Oh my god! It's called Rum. Just hashtag every conversation is better with rum.
Yo, hashtag that shit. We ain't even mad.
I'm pinning that. That is crazy. That is probably what it is. That is probably what it is. I feel like, you ever watched the Boom Bang Theory theme song? Like, that's where I'm at right now. Like, we literally just figured out how the whole world works.
Yo, well, evil genius thing I go on, you know.
Is mad.
Good thing is not too many people.
This is like the pinky in the brain shit right now.
Oh my god. We ain't even smoking.
We don't need to. We got Flor De Caña, 12-year-old, and this shit is smooth.
It is smooth. I ain't gonna lie.
Listen, this is very, very nice. I'm enjoying this. Shaq gets drunk as shit quick. Shaq, how you feel?
I'm old as fuck. I don't know what happened. We done had some drinks before this.
Oh yeah, we did. Listen, I hope you guys are enjoying this. So, I guess the next thing you can learn is that we just unlocked the whole secret for the world. You ever read the book Secret? This is a secret.
Listen, for the in-depth secret, we charge you $500 a head. 10 minutes of our time. That's it. That's all you
This
get.
is crazy. Yo, I'm gonna call my boys up and I'm telling them, y'all need to pay attention to the love language, because girls are out here and they're concerned. They're concerned and they're not telling us that.
They're not. That's the thing. They're not telling
They
us. Got chat rooms nowadays, and they're just talking about it between themselves.
Yeah.
And when you get home, they ain't saying shit about it, and you think you're doing the best job.
Yo, you girls on those fucking group chats on WhatsApp talking shit about those guys. That's your fault. Y'all need to tell them that these love languages exist. Tell them.
Dudes don't know. I promise.
I'm telling you.
You think that because you're so in tune with everything, you think dudes know, but dudes really don't know.
They have no clue.
I learned this shit today.
No, you think the man is studying some love language and he's not paying attention. No, the man is right now at Miami Carnival turning up tickets.
He's thinking about his next meal. He ain't got time for no love language.
Exactly.
Come on.
Just talk. And if he's not interested because you started off with love language, maybe you should try another route. Be like, yo, You want to go Spain? You want to go Spain? So we can talk some Spanish with some girls. He might listen, and then you bring like, you ever heard of words of affirmation?
You go tell the women them to tell the man he needs to go Spain.
Oh my
To go
god!
talk Spanish with gal.
Listen, man, don't make her leave with Willie and get the Willie. Okay, that's the lesson you just need to learn.
It's also that just whatever your love language is isn't exactly how other people view love, right?
That's right.
How I want to be loved doesn't mean
It's not
how
the same
everybody
way.
else wants to be
No.
loved.
No, and that's something we don't think about because human beings are selfish.
Selfish as fuck.
We are selfish people. Elon Musk just decided he's gonna just build robots and cars that drive themselves. He don't want nobody to work.
Nah, jobs. What jobs? You don't need money. I got all the money.
Exactly.
It's
So
too bad for you.
we need to realize that now when it comes to selfish. We won't admit it, but we're very selfish people. And you have to listen to your partner, whether it's your wife, your girlfriend, your side piece, your other side piece. Like, listen.
Even your sugar mama.
Oh, your sugar baby. Yes. Yeah, we're going to send you the sugar daddy, the Patreon soon for sponsor. Because we unlocking secrets over here. But yeah, no, it's very important. It always goes back to like communication, man. It's a big deal.
Yeah, but when you communicate, you always filter what's not important.
You filter what's not important in communication. I wouldn't say that. That's not really communicating.
How much time do people really have in a country like Canada?
Not much.
So when you're having conversations, it's not about you ain't about to talk about something irrelevant.
Do people have conversations and be like, we're going to talk about a specific topic? Because this is what I like about our podcast. We're talking about a specific topic and we're going to go as much into it as we can. We're not trying to, go astray, go after our next thing. No, we want to narrow down on this one topic.
Right. In our own terms.
That's right. I mean, the way we know best, with some rum,
Always.
some thoughts, and a bit of life experience,
Yeah, but that's what's good about this podcast is we narrowing it down. When you're out there in the world, you're just having your conversations with people. You're just talking to your woman. It ain't like that. You're just trying to get through the day.
Yeah.
It's survival mode at all times in the world we live in nowadays. So nobody really sits down and talks about love language. Love language? Babe,
Yeah.
I ain't got time for this.
Yeah.
I got shit to do. What are you talking about? About love language? Don't you have shit to do? You sitting there worried about love language?
I thought you want this. I thought you want gift. All of a sudden, you're telling me that no, you want this and you want that. Make up your mind.
You want quality time? I gotta go bathe.
Yeah. I can't
Come
make. I can't decide. You tell me when I'm come home. No, you tell me want gift. I can't home and make money. Yeah, I have to go. I have to decide.
You want physical touch too? Don't you get that?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't get enough because you want. Oh, you want a snuggle?
It's I have a friend that says to me that he's away for work, right? The 7 days in a week, for those that didn't realize, right? 5 days out of the week, he's away. Mm-hmm. The 6th day, his partner knows that it's his day.
Oh shit! All right.
What that means is he either spends it like relaxing at home, or he spends it like doing things he likes to do.
Okay.
Because it's his day off kind of thing.
Right.
And then the last day is for his family.
Okay.
And if you think about it, if you understand, it sounds weird, yes, which I always thought it was crazy, right? But everybody household operates different. I'm not judging, but at the same time, what if his love language is basically like, okay, I'm not going to say quality time. What would that be? It's not, you know what I mean? He clearly has a love language too that makes sense. There's something there.
I don't know if that has to do with love language though.
It doesn't?
Let's okay.
You're gone for 5 days out of the week, dog. And you have a family.
So it's not that he leaves He's gone for one day. He comes back. He's gone for another day.
He's gone
just
all
gone
week.
for 5 days.
Yeah. What do you think flight
That's
attendants
I got nothing
and
to-
like pilots do? Yeah. People don't think about that, but yeah.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with love language, I don't think. Because that day he's coming back, he needs to recharge.
It has to have some sort of love language involved because you have to think about it. You have a family, you have a wife. You do. Even if you want to say, yo, love is soft or whatnot, everybody still wants to be loved and cared for. So how does he find that from his family? If you're gone for 5 days, the 6th day is your time, and the 7th day, like me personally, I don't like to do anything regardless of being with my family on a Sunday because quality time means something to me.
Right.
So there has to be some sort of love language in his case.
Yeah, okay. Maybe you could say that quality time.
You know what I'm gonna do? I might just ask him.
Yeah, ask him.
Figure
let's
out, do the
get
test. But they had, I think so. You know, but I think you girls definitely need to give us so we can pass on the message, so we can forward, the link to everybody and be like, yo, you guys need to do this because for sure the girls them need this from us. And right now we're the voice of the people,
I mean, shit, you'd ever came back like 3 years ago, you'd ever come to me about some love language.
Man, I don't even want to guess. I don't want to guess.
Oh my gosh. I'd have told everybody to go fuck.
But we grow up and it's a maturity thing, and we all need to realize like you can't be playing this young bad boy life and I don't care about life. And you do. You have a heart at the end of the day, you do. And even if you don't like you don't want to be in a relationship or whatever, even if it is for somebody that you don't want to be serious with and you just want peace, it's still, love language could also mean understanding somebody. Even if you just want to get in the pants, dog.
The guru himself right here.
I'm just saying it could work for you, but I'm saying love language is clearly something that's important and we should pay attention to.
You have a new AKA.
I have a new one.
The love doctor, dog.
Yeah, I'm not
You
gonna
better
claim.
use that shit next time.
I'm not claiming that one. The love doctor, nah. But I'ma just end that for today. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you stayed to the end, even more, I fucking love y'all. And yo, as always, you know me, Richie Rich.
The love doctor.
You know how to reach me. Real big man thing, all platform. That's TING for ting,
Is it?
This Flor De Caña was good, man, Shaq.
Yeah. Yo, y'all can reach me at Shaq_Pips. The next topic is probably gonna be something a little more grimy.
Controversial is what he's trying to say. But
This Flor, what do you call it? Flor De Caña?
Flor De Caña.
The Flor De Caña.
Floral. It's like
Flor?
flower, plant. Caña means cane in Spanish, for those that don't know.
Flor De Caña.
Ooh.
I'm Nicaragua.
It's
Anyway, yeah, this shit's good.
very, very good. So I definitely recommend. It's a 5.5 on the table podcast, aka Rum Gods.
Oh shit.
You already know.
AKA the Rum Gods.
It's gonna be the Rum God scale from now on. We out here.
We coined that.
Rum God scale.
That.
Yo, for real. Thank you guys as always. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments, leave your reviews. Let us know whether you liked it, didn't like it. As always, we're here to listen and let's have that debate. Teach us so we can learn and we can pass on the message. Boom.
Well, it's a rum table. Yo, Shaq, pick up yourself on this podcast. You don't know what Just Stick represented. You're listening to the Rum Table podcast. So open,